Welcome to Empowered with Elizabeth Namovsky. Now, when it comes to women's health, most of us try to take good care of ourselves, but sometimes schedules are jammed, we're stressed, we take food shortcuts with processed and fast foods, and life as we know it, it just gets so busy. I've even heard of women getting out of bed at 2 a.m. to drive to the store to get a bag of chips to help calm their stress with comfort food. Now, we need to concentrate on our health and good eating habits to fuel not only our bodies, but our brains. Today, I'm joined by Annie Gaudreault, founder of VEEV Health Wellness. She's a nutritionist and women's health coach as well. And Annie says that women need to say yes more often. What does that all mean? Let's begin. Annie, welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so this is a very exciting topic today because women's health is always very, very important. And, I always think, if you're healthy, you're invincible. However, we need female empowerment and we need it to relate to women's health. So how do we do that?
I always find that health is the ultimate empowerment because this is the conduit that allows us to pursue our dreams, to pursue our ambitions. Okay? This is the ultimate freedom by empowering ourselves and taking control of our health and ultimately making it as great as possible.
So you recently wrote that women need to say yes more. And I agree because, a lot of women are afraid of making a decision. They'll say no because they're afraid of going into an unknown. So we need to say yes more. How does this empower us? What do we need to do?
This came out of an observation of 2.5 years of pandemic. We got really comfortable being comfortable.
Right.
And the danger with that is that it's got us into a place where we're no longer willing to take risks. We have anxiety just thinking about risks. Now, the good old adage of, you really have to get out of your comfort zone in order to gain, 100% true. It's true for your muscles. When you exercise them, you need to push them in order to get stronger. It's the same with our life. Okay? So we need to say more to yes to opportunities, to what's in front of us, and get out of our comfort zone.
I agree with that. And I'm going to take it to the next level when we talk about risk. People are afraid of making mistakes, but that's the positive part about taking risk because we learn from it. And I've often said to young women when I speak to them, okay, so we need to take risk. And if we make a mistake and we fail, that's okay because that risk builds upon our foundation for success.
Totally. We just need to be in an environment that doesn't just celebrate the wins, but celebrates the journey.
You know what? And that's so true. We need to take that risk to figure out our next goals, the journey. The journey is always very interesting. Whether you fail or not, it's always a good learning experience.
Absolutely. In the journey are all these trials and errors, these successes, and you learn a lot more, as we all know, from those what we so-called call failure.
Yes.
Right? We learn a lot from that. So this is precious as we want to be empowered, as we want to have a bigger life, and as we want to enjoy our life more.
So, and I agree. So what are some of the biggest challenges that women face in achieving good health? And what can be done to address these challenges? Because this is part of the journey as well.
Absolutely. Liz, I've heard you say many times that women are jugglers. And in that juggle, our health often gets found, under the table, right? It just becomes, this last thing that we take care of. So one of the things that we want to be careful about is making sure that we put ourselves back in the driver's seat. So one of the things I always say to people is we need to have a whole mindset change about filling our batteries, right? Not making this a once in a lifetime or once a year, I'm going to go to the spa, but on a daily and weekly basis to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. Women also need to ask for help earlier on in the journey, right? We are caretakers, so we soldier on, but at the cost of our health. And last, changing our mindset about moving and making sure that we know that small things can yield really big results.
You know what? And this is so true because I've often talked about women reaching out for help because we can't know everything all the time. And so when we come back from commercial break, I want to talk more about empowering us with our health.